Hello everyone, welcome to yet another tutorial. Today we are going to look at how to model pillows in Marvelous Designer. So you can see that you get very realistic looking pillows in Marvelous Designer, and we're going to look at these four different types of pillows, how to model them, how to simulate them, and how to add textures, bring it in Blender, and then create a final render like this. So let's get started. In Marvelous Designer, this is what I have created. So you go to File, New, and on the left side you have the simulation view, and on the right side we have the design view. Alright, so anything that you place above this line will be above the ground. Okay, so we need to place things above this ground. So on top here we will, by default it's the polygon tool, we will click on the rectangle tool. And if you simply click once, it gives you options. So let us create a square pillow first. So 500 by 500, and then we will say I want two rectangles. Okay, and two rectangles are created and they will be placed in the space as well. Okay, so it looks like they're okay, so 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters. So two small pillows, we will move them below towards the ground. Alright, now what we need to do is flip this. So right click and say flip horizontally. Let us change the view. Alright, so they are flipped, and then I will move this. Sometimes you click and then the cursor doesn't appear, just try it again and move it back. Okay, so these two fabrics are placed next to each other. Now we need to sew them, so we'll click here and then we'll click one, and then if it is straight lines, it is sewn properly. And then the last one here. Alright, so once it is sewn, we can hit the space bar and then the pillow fall to the ground. We will add pressure, say 5, and then hit the space bar again, and you get a pillow. That's as simple as it gets. Now how can you change the crease on the pillow? So what we will do is we'll select the top pillow, and then maybe we will add some shrinkage waft and shrinkage warp, and you can see that you get a very generic looking pillow. Alright, so that's about it. One pillow is done. What we can also do is add color. So if you go to library, I have added a folder which has all my textures. Okay, so I'll simply drag and say that I want a texture, and I need to now see the texture view. So you can see the texture view. Okay, so if you click on this and then if you go to edit texture, you can stop the simulation, and then we can now increase the scale of the texture. Alright, you can even rotate it if you want. So if you wanted like a different design. Okay, and then you can also try to do the same texture on the other side. But that's about it. This pillow is done. So now we will go back and create another one. We will say ellipse. Then I'll click here and then we will say 300 by 300 in radius, and then say 2 pillows. I mean 2 pieces of fabric. So again, these are quite high in the air, so bring it here. It's one thing. Then we'll try to simulate it on top of this. What we'll do is we will add a new fabric and assign it. Then we'll select this and then say assign. How does this? Okay, so we delete this. So that fabric is assigned. And again, if you want to fix the fabric, go to edit fabric, move it around. So we'll need to flip this, right click, flip horizontally, top, move aside. Okay. Then we will move this here. Then we'll try to sew this. From here to here, from here to here, make sure that the lines are straight. From here to here, from here to here. Okay, so this is sewn. Now again we will follow the same steps. We'll select these, add a pressure of 5, simulate them. Okay, so it falls next to the other one. We'll select the top one and then add the warp, so you get that crease. If you want less crease, you can of course reduce this. Okay, so now the next step is to create another pillow, which will be a rectangular one. So we'll go back and say rectangle, make it 750, and we'll say 2, or we'll just make 1, then we'll duplicate it. Okay. Again, this pillow needs to be here, closer to the ground. Alright, so we will have softer edges to this pillow. So to create the softer edges, we will go here and then we'll say smooth curve, and then instead of clicking, you right click. Okay, and then say 100 mm, and then you can lock this. Then say okay. So if you click, then something else happens. So you have to escape it and then right click, 100, right click, 100, right click, 100. Okay, and then we will Control C, Control V it, right click, flip horizontally, move it inside, undo, move it back. Okay, again it's time to sew. Sew all the sides. Sometimes you have to click. Alright, so that is done. Again, we can select these, add a pressure of 5, then you get a different type of pillow. I stopped the simulation, by the way. I will start it again. And then you can select the pillow and move it around to place wherever you want it. If you want it on top, alright, and then select the top one, and again add more crease if you want. I like 120, I like more crease. The other thing you can also do is reduce this particle distance, and the lower the number, the slower the simulation, but better the results. Alright, so you can see that you get a different result. The other thing you can also do is change the type of fabric that is there. So for example, I will select these two and assign a new fabric, and here I will use satin. Then you can see the look is different. If you use metal, to change not the material but the fabric type. Alright, so now let us move on to the last one, which is a box pillow. So if you want to create a pillow which has thickness to it for a sofa, then again you'll have to follow the same steps. Create 500 by 500 is good. Move it down, and then we'll create another one, 100 by 500. We need 2 of these. Then we'll create 500 by 100, 2 of these. And then this will go here, this will go here, this will go here, this will go here. And then we'll Control C, Control V, and this will go here. So we got all these. So select this and say flip horizontally. Move it there. This will rotate and go on top here. This will go at the bottom, so it rotates the other way. This will rotate here. This can rotate in this direction and go here. Shift, select both, and try to move it in place. And you can see that it's not perfect. You just need to place it. This is so strange. Sometimes you get the gizmo, sometimes you don't. Alright, so now we will have to sew it again here. So from here to here. Okay, so it looks like this is here and this is here. This one and this one. Alright. Then we will sew this one and this one. Okay. We need to sew here to here. There to there, there to there, there to there. I hope this is the last one. Okay. So now I'll select all these, add 5, and let it simulate. Okay, and we get that. And because this is going on the sofa and it's boxy, we will have less creases on this. I'll stop this, and we can even try 3 and simulate it with 3, then it will be less boxy. Then if you want little crease, you can select this, 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 and this. 110. That seems too much. 105, 105. 102, 102. Okay. So it has some creases, but still has its form. Alright. Then we will go here to textured surface, and then texture map this one. Library, Let's drag this. Let's select this. Assign. This one is removed. Okay, so we'll go to edit texture. Start the same. Scale it big. Needs to be bigger. So really quickly you can place the fabric the way you want. You can spend some time. I'm doing this real quick. You can try to align it at some places, etc. Real quick. This one, I like to scale it. Okay, so I'll focus on this character here. Where's our character? There it is. Okay, so that's about it. Then we will export it to file, export as FBX, and limit below 2. And I will reset all the settings. We need multiple objects, and that's about it. Everything else looks good. Export it. Go to Blender, file new, general, save this one. Alright, so we'll go file, import FBX, find where you saved your file, below 2. Okay, so the pillows are here. Add mesh plane, scale it big, hit the 0 key for the camera, select the camera, N, view, zoom in there, find a good camera angle that you like. Alright, so this looks good. Remove the camera. Render setting cycles. Render output 1280 by 720. Denoising. I'm using the open image denoise. Search on it, download it. It's a very good denoiser. You just need 32 and it's going to give a very good result. Color management. I like to use very high contrast. You can look at how things look from the camera perspective. These things have shiny surfaces so you can get rid of the specularity. Okay, you may have to select these different objects. Alright, now this object can add a new color, make it darker, give it some tinge. Okay, we'll go and add an environment map, find an HDRI image, select this one, and if you go to render image, you get a very good quality render in less than a minute. Now this is very smooth, does not have the fabric roughness, except this one shows some roughness. So what we can do is go to shading and add a bump. Click to normal, go to add image texture, color the color value to height, open, we don't want it to the flow, we need to select an object. For this normal map we don't want, add bump, add texture, image texture. So I have this texture here, which I'm going to assign, and then I can control C this, and select all these, delete this, control V, connect it. Select this, delete this, control V, connect it. Okay, so this one, you can rename this so that you don't have to repeat, but I'm not going to spend time doing that. Some basic ones. So what I'll do is I'll just go to the camera view and see what I see, and connect it from the camera view, so not everything has to be done. Alright, so if you now go to render it, you will get some roughness. Okay, and then you can add a UV map modifier and other things to make it look the way you want it. Alright, that's about it. Thank you very much. Hope you learned something new, and keep following my tutorials to learn new techniques in Blender and other 3D software. Thank you. Bye bye.